Preface. In Ordinary Time is a story set within the context of 50 years of consultancies, mostly to international institutions and through them to Caribbean governments. Anyone involved in technical consultancies would realize that there are two parts to this type of activity. The first is a requirement to answer some burning questions that are usually framed in very technical terms. The second part is to contribute to an intention regarding the use of the information that's provided. The second part can sometimes be ignored if you consider yourself to be a non-partisan. I've always considered myself to be well trained by both academic discipline and accumulated experiences to handle most of the technical issues presented to me. It is the second part, however, that I have found extremely difficult to ignore. In fact, experience has taught me that the second part, partisan bias, fundamentally determines the quality and usefulness of the advice that I may give. My endeavors have always been guided by a conscious intent to contribute to the improvement of the lives of those marginalized by the system of plantation production in the Caribbean. This work grew out of a desire to return to a Caribbean that nurtures a growing ability to feed itself. It is not a surprise that my early activities were directed at small-scale farmers because they are the ones producing the majority of the domestic food supply. Taking into account that my training was in microeconomics, that is, enterprise formation, and not in agronomy, I was easily drawn to that part of our Caribbean history where local enterprise organization could replace the plantation system. Strategizing with farmers and workers can occur at any time in any space. However, things changed drastically in the beginning of this century, that is, in 2000 and beyond, in that my efforts were forced upwards from single enterprise projects to major policy initiatives impacting diverse sectors all at the same time. It started with the Land Use Planning and Administration Project LUPAC in Trinidad and Tobago, poverty reduction strategy, as well as agro-biodiversity conservation, all fell within that huge vortex of using land resources to give the small man a fighting chance. I do admit that during all these endeavors, I came into contact with numerous persons who contributed immensely to both my personal and professional development. I've enjoyed those relationships and will forever be grateful for the part they played in my maturity. Today, however, I'm only speaking about my activities as part of the struggle of Caribbean peoples to overcome poverty and underdevelopment by using and controlling their land resource base.